So again, talking about the marble sorter, this is a basic marble sorter flowchart that I created. So start, you dump the marbles, that's your input. You sort the marbles, that's the action, and then you're done. So that's a very basic version of a flowchart. Then if we start increasing the complexity of this, so our input would be to dump the marbles, and then the action we would want to slow down and just feed one marble at a time. And then you determine your marble type, and then you would put that into the correct bin. And then you would do that again and again and again. We can make this a little bit more advanced by getting a little bit more specific. So dump marbles, feed your first marble, and then determine the marble type, wood, metal, or plastic, move to the correct bins, and then release the marble so that it can be released into that particular bin. And then we have the next one that I created, which was the advanced marble sorter example flowchart. Okay. And then this one actually has a dump marbles, check for marble. And if there is a marble, then we go to the which marble, wood, metal, plastic. Check position. Is it lined up for the wood bin? Release. Not lined up for the wood bin, rotate to the wood bin, then release the ball. And so we have that for also the metal and the plastic. And then we have back to check for marble. If there's no marble, then we end. Okay, so that's my advanced marble sorter. And then highly advanced was my next level. So then this is, we have the condition based on sensor calibration. So so there's 3 different conditions based on this, how the sensor is calibrated. So when the sensor has a wooden object in front of it, what does the sensor output read? That would be the first condition. If there's a marble and then the sensor reads a different value, that would be the second condition, and then plastic would be the third condition. And so a little bit more of that. So we can talk about a very basic flow chart, or we can break that up into more and more complex tasks. And that's really what you want to do with your flow chart, is to start simple and then start saying, okay, well, how do I actually sort the marbles? Well, okay, so I need to sort them into their different types. Okay, how do I do that? That would be what one thing this is missing is what is that actual sensor that we're using. In this case, what I was planning to use here would be the light sensor that comes with our VEX equipment. And it actually, depending on the light that's reflected by an object, it will read different values from, say, like 1,000 to 30,000. And so then if we have something that's like in the 1 to 5,000 range, that would be wooden, not very reflective at all. Then the metal one has a different amount of reflectivity. So if the number is from like 5,000 to 10,000, that would be something. And then plastic could be from like 10,000 to 14,000 or something. And that would be a way to calibrate this. So depending on what kinds of materials you have, you're going to have different ways of doing things, but that's really what you want to make sure that your flow chart does, is it breaks down how those different tasks are done. Here you've got your dump marbles and then sort marbles. There's not a lot there. Here, determine marble type, again, doesn't really explain how that is being carried out. So I want you to think about what are the steps that you actually need to do for either hand washing, pouring a glass of milk, or making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or some other task Do a very simple task, because even very, very simple tasks, when we're talking about breaking them down like this, you can really break them down into a lot of details. And that's what I'm looking for, is for you guys to break them down into details and try to use these different types of shapes, the start and end buttons that are rounded like that, your input and output that are going to be these parallelograms, actions that are going to be the rectangles, and decisions that are going to be the diamonds. Okay, so that's your goal for this week. Good luck.